Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of appropriate ages, I'm Bruce, aka Haunted Husband, and welcome to my indie game collective showcase of Lord Winklebottom Investigates. Now, if this is your first time or your 100th time on my channel, hit the subscribe button, won't you? By subscribing, you'll be notified my videos go live daily. I cover live indie games, indie demos, and great content like this from indie developers. So if you're into all things indie, you found your home. Smash the subscribe button right now. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this is an indie game collective showcase of the game. So you may be wondering, well, what's Indie Game Collective? Well, let me tell you. We're a grassroots community of content creators who focus solely on indie games. And we do so through live streams, videos, written reviews, Steam curation, podcasts, social media, and so much more. You'll find in the description below a link to our Twitter page, where you can find out more about us, how you can join us, even how you can get your game showcased by us. I'd like this time to thank developer Cave Monsters and publisher Wings for hooking me up with the code for the game. Also to the in-game collector for allowing me to showcase this game to you, my audience. So what's Lord Winklebottom Investigates all about? In the 1920s, and the world's foremost detective is about to embark on his most challenging case yet. Thankfully, in the world's not quite like our own, there's nobody better to crack the case than the great detective and Gentleman Giraffe, Lord Winklebottom. This was released of July of this year, 2022. Has overly positive reviews on Steam. In fact, in the description below, you'll find a link to the Steam page. You can pick this up for $19 USD. But if you're like, hey Bruce, man, times are tough at the moment. Hey, no one understands more than that than me. Trust me. The economy is not where it needs to be. If you can't afford $19 USD at the moment, make sure you wishlist it if you're into the game. By wishlisting it, you'll be notified in the future should it go on sale. And just a reminder, the fall Steam sale's coming around the corner, so wink wink nudge nudge. It's a point and click, it's an adventure, it's detective, narrative. It says it has fully controller supported, but if it's a point and click, that's kind of weird that it uses a controller, but I'm going to stick to the mouse for this because that's just what a point and click really needs. You can pick up the soundtrack for $7, which the soundtrack sounds pretty good for myself. You may be wondering, okay, where's your cam at? Well, I did a look at, or like a preview video of this, and there was nowhere on the screen for me to put my webcam that didn't block a character, a dialogue box, or an interactive item. So, fortunately you can't see my beautiful face during this video, but I'm still here. Nothing going on, it's just, I don't want to block the beauty of the game. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Is that Axolotl the master? He looks alive to me. It just looks like he's sleeping. Lord Winklebottom Investigates. I'd have hit you with the credits right there, but that's just me. Art style's beautiful. I apologize if you can hear the vacuum cleaner in the back of the background.
Well then, Frumple, that was quite the case, wasn't it?
I have auto dialogue advanced turned off because...
Oh, indeed so. Already made the evening edition, don't you know? I picked up a copy when I went to buy the boat ticket. We'll be quite the heroes, I think.
Because I think it's just better to just forward the dialogue yourself. Otherwise, you're just sitting here just watching kind of like a... I don't know, like a video or an episode or something.
Hopefully they don't dwell too much on the part where one of the weasel gang cracked you over the head with a pool cue and nearly made off with all the gold, eh?
Haha.
Wretched blighter caught me from behind. Just not cricket, is it?
Not cricket at all, Dr. Frumple.
Still, all worked out in the end, my friend, and just in time too, as you have this party with Admiral Gilfrey to attend.
Look, who is this chap anyway, Winklebottom?
Oh, Gilfrey's an old school friend of mine, top of his class, went on to become an admiral, then latterly undertook a number of privately funded expeditions to all four corners of the globe.
Bit of a swot then, eh? We had no time for his sort at my school.
The lips and the movement actually do a pretty good job of syncing with the words. To a degree, but you can still tell it's just somewhat flapping.
Evidently so, my friend. Right, let's get this boat ticket and be on our way. Where is the ticket anyway, Frumple?
Oh, I slipped it into the newspaper for safekeeping.
So here we go. We have our notebook. This is Admiral Aristotle Gilfrey. Sent a mysterious invitation, lives on an island island. Well, we know he's dead, so... Hold on. Okay, pages don't turn.
Any ideas, old thing?
I put the tickets in the newspaper.
So that's for clues.
A jug of milk, delivered fresh this morning, I believe.
Indeed, yes. Miss Daisy brought it over personally.
A pot of tea. It's still brewing.
I mean,
One of Rumpel's many teacups.
I like to click on everything. Anything that's...
I'm rather fond of this scarf. Shame it's been on the short side, though.
like a Mary Poppins umbrella.
You know, we really must replace its waste-based bin. It's starting to look rather ragged.
Yes, and whose fault is that? Don't know why you keep buying these straw ones. You know you can't resist a nibble when you're peckish.
So even though he's a sophisticated gentleman giraffe, he still will eat the wastebasket.
As I say, we should replace it. Yeah, it's a nice new straw basket, I think.
So he still can't resist his animal urges. That's wonderful. Good to know.
Ah, the streets of London. Fair to say we've seen this city at its best and its worst over the years, eh, Frumple?
Nanny used to tell me the streets of London were paved with gold. Daft old bird. It's just stone and dirt, same as everywhere else.
Ever the optimist, my friend. Ah, do you remember this case?
Sorry, I was scratching my head.
Hawks and Fox gang, wasn't it? Made a mint selling forgeries of famous works of art, until you stepped in.
That's right. Kept this one as a souvenir. It's a reproduction of the goat with a pearl earring. Winklebottom cracks the case. A touch sensational, but they appear to have got most of the salient facts correct.
Never mind all that. What do they say about me?
Ah, well, let me see. Yes, here it is. Lord Winklebottom was assisted, as ever, by his associate, Mr. Frumple.
Is he going to be like Doctor? It's Dr. Frumple.
Mister? Dash it all, I didn't spend 8 years in medical school to be called Mister. Bunch of bloody hacks.
That's like a... Is that a not Austin Powers? Because doesn't Dr. Evil go, I didn't spend 8 years in medical school to be called Mister. Thank you.
Well, never mind that now, old boy. We have to get going if we're to catch this boat before nightfall.
No, I'm quite vexed now. I shan't leave until I've had a fresh cup of tea to calm me down. This one's practically tepid.
Oh, very well. I'll make you a fresh cup. The pot should be ready now. Ah, here's the ticket. I'll keep hold of this for now.
So it goes into our inventory. Check your notebook regularly for notes Lord Wingbottom has made about the characters you've met. Okay.
Now to pour some out for the good doctor.
Okay, items you picked up can be found in your inventory at the bottom of the screen. Click and drag items to use and combine them. Right click to an item to examine it.
And in with the tea. I'll take this. Good for the old bones, you know.
I'm sure he probably wants milk in his tea. That's a typical English thing.
I've put the milk in the cup. Here you are then, a nice fresh cup of tea.
Even though the cup he has in his hand looks like it's still steaming.
That's much better. I say, this tastes a bit off. Did you put the tea in first or something?
Ah, was that wrong?
Wrong? Wrong? What sort of animal do you think I am?
A most fine one, my friend. Come along, we need to be off. The ticket says we are to meet a Mr. Walters at the docks, and he'll sail us out to Gilfrey's Island.
I have no idea how to make English tea, so that's my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, very well. I suppose this will have to do. Tea first, I ask you.
Prologue, the journey. I guess it can't be wrong both ways, right?
Ah, just smell that salty sea air. Takes me back to my childhood holidays on the coast with Gilfrey. Even then you could tell the old boy was destined for a life on the waves.
Don't much care for it myself. Went on a ghastly school trip to Blackpool as a lad. I tried to go for a donkey ride. Donkey was furious. He told me I was too heavy. Wretched fellow.
This is some pretty good stuff. As you can see on the screen, like, I'm going to put my webcam in the top left corner. But once again, it's just blocking too much of the beautiful background and the context that I didn't want to do that to you, the viewer. And plus, sometimes it's nice not to have my webcam on.
Well, never mind that now, old boy. We need to find the docks and this salty Walters chap who's going to take us over to Gilvery's Island.
If you're not sure what to do, you can always ask Dr. Frumple to help you out. It's like Dr. Frumple's cup of tea to get, okay.
One of the old English kings lost his head in the Great Frog War, if I remember my history.
Careless, if you ask me.
A number of wooden barrels. They all seem to be sealed up and in use. A number of wooden barrels. One of the old English kings.
So that's the same thing as,
Keep away from that window. It's in a terrible draught, it does. Oi, do you mind? I've got enough problems what with being shut out of my own pub without having some lanky bleeder like you sticking his nose into my private bedroom.
Picking up litter, eh? Very public spirited.
you never know, might need something.
I'm not quite sure what I run this for, but what did I do?
Let me in, you bleeding crooked canine. Hello, sir. Sorry, in a bit of a jam here.
Greetings.
Good day to you, sir.
Bleeding well isn't a good day. That reprobate Walters has locked me out of my own pub. I do apologise, sir. Shouldn't take it out on you like, but he's going to drink me out of business if I don't get back in there to stop him.
Indeed so, quite the predicament. So this is your establishment, I take it?
Indeed so, sir. Used to be my father's, but I took it over as the oldest of the litter. We do a good trade, serving the sailors and dock workers, even if we have to put up with less savoury characters from time to time.
I say, Winklebottom, I do hope he's not talking about the chap who's meant to sail us out to the island.
Can we help you get the door open? I'm rather afraid I have business with this Walters fella.
He's bleeding well gone and locked the door from the inside. And my spare key's in my bedroom on the top floor. How am I meant to get up there?
Sounds rather like your forte, what?
I do have a certain talent for retrieving things from high places, yes.
Oh, if you wouldn't mind, sir. It's the window on the right up there. Not the left one. That leads to the hallway and we had it sealed up, as it lets a proper terrible draught in right through the pub. We catch our death if you open that one.
So,
Ah, pearls for a swine. Lord Winklebottom committing common larceny? Most certainly not.
you had to try, right?
Oh. Well, I can see them, but they're rather frustratingly out of reach. An empty glass bottle. No.
Maybe if you,
Lord Winklebottom committing... I'd really rather...
I mean, that neck could easily help.
These must be the keys that that put-out porcine fellow is after.
Oh my. I had to see it again, I'm sorry.
Well, I can see them, but they're rather frustratingly out of reach.
I mean, you could take the jewelry. No. So, like, if you could grab the jewelry and then kind of like use them like a little whip to whip the keys over.
Let me in, you bleed.
Well, goodbye.
I say, don't you think we should help them?
I mean, that net would be...
A touch narcissistic, I feel. A number of wooden barrels. Excuse me, sir, would you mind?
a pirate seagull.
I say, there's really no need for that.
Fearsome looking blighter, I'm keeping well away.
I say, old chap, a moment of your time.
Greetings.
Greetings, my good man.
Good day to you. What can I do for you?
I have a ticket for conveyance of myself and my colleague here with a Mr. Walters. I wonder if you know the gentleman.
That layabout. Oh, I know him all right, but you'll not be going anywhere with him till he pays his docking fees. Nobody leaves this dock without my say-so. No docking fees, no permit to leave.
I say, Winklebottom, this Walters fellow sounds like a flaky sort of character, what?
Well, can we discuss this permit? How might we obtain a permit to allow us to leave the dock?
Once again, I forget
Well,
that.
you could get Walters to pay his docking fees, but that's not likely to happen. Tell you what, I'm a bit short-staffed today. So if you help me with repairing this ship, I'll give you a permit.
Hey, that's a pretty good deal.
Manual labour? Very much like the sound of that. I have a surgeon's hooves, don't you know?
Well, what can we do to help?
I can do the actual work, but I've run out of wood. I need some planks or something.
Very well, we shall obtain some wood for you.
Also, this barrel of tar here solidified. I don't need much, but I need a way to melt some of it.
Some way to melt the tar, I see.
Shouldn't be a problem for a genius like you, eh, what?
Right then, Frumple, let's...
Oh, I want to talk to him about the seagull.
I say, old chap. The fellow over there is proving a bit troublesome.
Oh, him? He's harmless, really. At least as long as you don't greatly value your eyeballs.
Delightful.
You'll not be getting anything out of him till he's got his morning drink inside of him. And I'm not talking about coffee, if you take my meaning.
Aye.
I see. Well then, you know, Frumple, we might be able to make use of this saw.
Blimey, not the friendliest chap.
Let's take this with us, just in case. A boat hook. This should come in handy.
There we go. It's a large boat.
Ah, perhaps this is the vessel Mr. Walters will be using to convey us to Guilford's Island.
Dash well hope not, what with that blasted great hole in the side of it.
Alright, back to the streets. Back up to here. I could easily use this.
Ah yes, this seems to be just the ticket. Perhaps I should keep this hook for collecting out-of-reach leaves.
Did I keep the...
Right then, this should do the trick.
Oh, thank you kindly, sir. Right then, let's see what that bleeder has been up to in my pub.
Wouldn't fancy being in that fellow's shoes, eh?
Let's go inside.
You'll bleeding well pay for this, Walters. Look what you've done. This bleeding barrel is bleeding well empty now. Get out, you hear?
Keep your snout out of me business. I be leaving in my own time. I won't be taking no orders from a landlubber like you.
I say, Frumple, this is the chap who's going to sail us to the island?
Fellow looks like he's barely able to stand, let alone sail a ship.
Hey, get your pilfering paws off those glasses. They be mine, you hear?
Actually, they probably belong to the establishment, sir.
Aye, what is it?
Well, goodbye then.
Fellow seems more than a little worse for wear, thanks to all that beer.
Hit the wrong button. My bad, my bad, my bad.
Aye, what?
Greetings, my good man.
Well, spit it out. What be you wanting, stranger?
You are Salty Walters, I take it?
That I am, and don't you be forgetting it neither.
I won't be.
Then you want to take us to the Isle of Barghest.
Nope, I be staying here with me drinks. I'll not be sailing today. Not for you nor anybody else.
I say, you rotter, we have tickets, you know. Paid for in advance.
Nar.
Nar.
Now look here, you bounder. We have tickets and you will jolly well sail us out to that island. Dash it all.
I won't be sailing today. I drinks me beer to wash away the terrible taste of the salty seawater. Hates it, I does. I'll not be sailing again for a while now that I've got that accursed taste out of me system.
Ironic that a man named Salty should hate the taste of seawater so, isn't it, Frumple?
Dashed inconvenient if you ask me.
Well, goodbye.
Fellow seems more than a little worse for wear.
Interesting.
This fireplace is as cool as the atmosphere in here. These are made by the finest craft sauces. I have no idea what these are for, but they look terribly nautical. A painting of a ship. It's perhaps not the most refined piece of artwork I've seen.
Probably for the best. I wouldn't have anything valuable in this place, not with their clientele.
I presume this is the landlord's wife.
She looks rather human.
Ah yes, handsome looking sow, isn't she? Shifty looking sort, if you ask me.
What makes you say that? He seems like a perfectly fine gentleman to me.
Can't rightly say. Something about primates. It's the eyes, I think. Something in them is almost not animal.
Wow.
A barrel made from wooden planks. It's empty. I say, barkeep, would you mind awfully if I took this empty barrel?
You'd be doing me a favour. That beer-soaked bulldog has emptied it anyway.
Damned if I can figure out where you keep all this stuff, Winklebottom.
I mean, that's a good point.
I say, Winklebottom, this fella looks like a bit of a bore, eh, what?
Yes, very good, Frumple.
Oh, I love that.
A rum jug.
Suspicious, you think? Maybe an important clue.
No, Frumple, I mean it's a jug full of rum.
Can we have this?
Get your bleeding hooves off. I mean, would you mind leaving that where it is, please, sir? I lose a dozen of those a day to these thieving bleeders.
Can I ring the bell?
How can I help you, sir?
I wonder what you can tell us about the sailor who's been slumped over that table over there.
The bane of my bleeding existence, that's what he is. He's cleared me out. Can you believe it? Drunk all me bleeding beer he has.
Very bothersome, I'm sure. I say, old chap, any chance of lighting the fire? There's a bit of a nip in the air after all.
No bleeding way. Costs me money, that does. And with that waste of space drinking me out of house and home, I need to save every last shilling. I'd have to get a lot colder before I start a fire.
I say, old boy, would you mind awfully letting us have that jug of rum you have sitting on the bar over there?
Well, I suppose you did help me get back into my pub. Fine, you can have the bleeding thing. On the house, like.
Well, thank you for your time.
Very good, sir.
So I can take this.
We should take our...
Yar! What terrible siren song be that? Last orders are upon us already.
Hey, that worked.
Wake your rapacious rapscallion. I've been eating more beer. What's that noise? Hey, get your pill. Just 1 minute. Don't think you can pinch me point just because I be looking the other way. That be mine, you great thieving scallywag. Who's off it? Ah, 'twas but a false alarm.
An empty glass.
There we go, that's what I was looking for. Check it out, the freaking pub. Back to the docks.
jug full of rum.
Sorry, I meant to...
Here you are then, sir, some alcohol. Perhaps this will quench your thirst.
I say, you nearly ripped your blasted hoof off.
Oh, jeez.
Well, that seems to have calmed him down considerably. But I can't help but feel we aren't really helping the poor wretch here.
Can we talk to him now?
You know what, Frumple, I'm rather inclined to leave this fella alone now. Now this fellow has calmed down, I'm sure he won't object to us borrowing his saw. You see? Doesn't mind a bit.
So we need to combine the saw...
Now, Frumple, you hold onto the barrel, and I'll attempt to chop it up.
Careful where you're waving that thing. No other doctors around to patch me up if you slip, you know.
Will this do the job?
Ah, yes. This'll do nicely. I could use this wood for me repairs.
A long piece of...
Sorry.
I say, old chap, a moment of... Well, can we discuss this... Well, what can we do to help?
I can do the actual work, but I've run out of wood. I need...
Very well, we shall obtain...
Also, this barrel of tar here is solidified. I don't need...
Oh, that's
a
right.
way to melt the tar.
Shouldn't be a problem for a G.
Right then, Frumple, let's see what...
So let's grab this...
This tar is hard as rock. We'll...
Can't stand the filthy stuff. Looks like mud, but just you try wallowing in it. You need a chisel to get it off.
So I can't take it with me.
Now let's see if we can't get this window open. No, it's no good. Stuck fast.
Give another go. Probably just been painted over.
Well, if you say so, just one more... Oh. Oh dear, well that didn't go entirely according to plan. How awfully embarrassing.
Still got the job done, what?
I say, it is rather chilly in here, what?
Yeah, it's colder than Poseidon's drawers in here.
Oh, for goodness sake. I'll have to light the bleeding fire now.
A roaring hot...
Gives the place a rather coat.
This tar is hard as rock.
Can't stand the filthy stuff.
But I can't take it with me. Hmm.
No, I don't think this... I have reservations about...
Hmm. No. Hmm. To me, it seemed like maybe because it's already hard as tar, I can't put it into a vessel. There's nowhere else for me to go, right? Just...
Ah, perhaps this is the vessel Mr. Walters will be using to convey us to Guild...
Dash well hope not. What with that blasted great hole in the side of it?
don't need to talk to him anymore. Maybe I set something on fire and then put that fiery thing into the tar barrel to loosen it up. I mean, I don't really have anything I can...
This seems unlikely. I'd really rather not. I have reservations.
I don't know. I know none of these things are going to help me do it. I feel like I'm right on the cusp of getting it. There's nothing in that direction. There's nothing upstairs. I don't know. I don't got any clue. So I guess that's going to do it for our look at Lord Winklebottom Investigates. It's aesthetically pleasing. The backgrounds, the ambient noise, the sound effects are all wonderful. The character acting and the voice acting is marvelous. Once again, in the description below, you'll find a link to the Steam page. It is $19 USD. If you can't swing that right now, make sure you 100% wishlist the game to be notified when it goes on sale in the future. Once again, thank you to Cave Monsters and Wings for hooking me up with the code of the game. Any Game Collector for allowing me to showcase it to you, the audience. If you liked the video, I ask you to like, comment, subscribe, as always. By doing so, you help me with the YouTube algorithm. By watching and liking it, YouTube goes, hey, I'll show this to more people, so forth and so on. Plus, it lets me know I'm doing a good job. And who doesn't like to be told they're doing a good job? I'll be back at it again tomorrow with more indie games, indie demos, and great content like this from indie developers. And until then, all my investigative souls, I'll haunt you later.